What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you know, I am D-Lo, and today for you, I got a brand new video. I'm sure you guys already know, but in case you don't, Funko just announced their San Diego Comic-Con 2020 exclusives, and I'm gonna take this video to show you guys all the exclusives they announced, and I'm gonna give you everything you need to know for this coming convention drop. So before we get into this video, because it's gonna be a doozy, make sure to hit that subscribe button to let me know you like what you see. And without further ado, let's get into this list. First one we got here is the San Diego Comic-Con mascot that Funko just adapted. It's the toucan, and there were 3 variations of him coming out. There is one with him in a superhero outfit. He's got a cape and it looks like a utility belt. The other 2 exclusives, we have him as an astronaut. It looks like they took the moon person, just threw the toucan head on it. We have the limited edition astronaut in his red outfit. And get this, it is a museum exclusive.
What does that mean?
Well, let me tell you. The museum exclusive. To get this pop, you have to purchase either a Tier 4 or a Tier 5 Comic-Con Museum membership. And the Tier 4, which is the cheaper of the 2, is $500 freaking dollars. Yeah, that's right. The first exclusive that is being released that costs $500. It is insane. But anyways, let's get to the next one that we have here, and we have Jack from Jack in the Box. Yes, this pop looks so cool. It is definitely one that a lot of ad icon collectors are gonna try and get. They have him in some type of Superman pose where he's taking off his work shirt and revealing the Superman logo, but instead it's the Jack in the Box logo. This is definitely gonna be a really cool pop to look at in person. Next up, we have Crunchberry Beast from Captain Crunch, and this is gonna be one of their Funko sodas. I will admit, guys, the Funko sodas are kind of looking a little tempting to get. They are looking really cool to me as of lately, and I just love the characters that they decided to choose for the Funko sodas, like with Crunchberry Beast. This one is limited to 3,000 pieces. Just like all the other Funko sodas, they are limited, just like this one. Next up, we have Steve Aoki. I think I said that right, or Steve Aoka, whichever one. But we have here Steve Aoka. He is a DJ from what I have read up and researched, and you gotta hand it to Funko, because this is another pop that they decided to show nipples on. Yes, that just like the bat nipples, they gave Steve Aoki some nipples. Moving on. Next up, we have Ripley from Fortnite. And I honestly am not a huge fan of Fortnite. I never really have been, but this pop does look pretty cool. After looking at the pictures of what Ripley looks like in the game, they really nail the design on this guy to make him into a Funko Pop. I really like the translucent dome that they have around his head. It really makes him look like the amoeba he really is. Next up, we have what a big surprise to a lot of us. Not really, because I kind of see this coming like almost every convention that's going to come out from now on. There is going to be a flocked Pokemon pop. For this convention, we got 2, just like on WonderCon. We have a flocked Mewtwo and a flocked Vulpix. The Mewtwo is the big question mark for this one, because Mewtwo isn't furry at all. He's very slippery. He's a very slippery skin Pokemon. I don't know any other way to describe them. Moving on. Next up, we have some super cool looking pops. We have Super Silver and Super Tails. These 2 look so cool. And yes, it will be a 2-pack. I honestly cannot stop looking at these guys. They look so cool. I love the colors and the molds that they have on them. I definitely see these guys going quick, so definitely keep your eyes out on these guys if you really want them, because I do see these guys leaving the shelves in a quick manner. Next up, we got another pop that I am super excited about because I do not like collecting commons, and I don't think you can really find the common one on this guy anymore. It is a Baku Go from My Hero Academia, and look at the pose that they just have him in. It just looks so sick. It's him using his exploding quirk, which looks super cool. I just love the mold that they added for him. But anyways, this is one that is definitely gonna be gone quick, just like Dobby and Stain from New York Comic Con. Next up, we have another anime pop that I am so freaking glad they decided to update. We have Super Saiyan God Goku in an even better pose than the first one. They really needed to update the mold for this pop because I believe they only released one. And let's be honest, the mold wasn't the best. And with how Funko is doing their pops right now, they are really coming out fantastic and they look spot on to the characters. So I'm definitely gonna grab this one fast. This is actually when Goku goes Super Saiyan God against Beerus. It is the first saga to Super. And this thing looks so cool. Next up, we have another line that I'm glad they are revisiting because the molds are so outdated and they really needed to update them. We have Angelo with a surfboard that says Cowabunga on it and the San Diego Comic-Con logo on the bottom. This screams Angelo. This is exactly something he would do. He has the hang loose hand sign. It just looks fantastic. And after seeing this, I really hope they do go back and revisit all of the older Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pops. It would look really cool if they pulled them off now. So I'm really glad they are revisiting this line again. And then it appears we have a Hello Kitty pop. I really don't have much to say about Hello Kitty. I'm not knowledgeable on Hello Kitty. I really don't like Hello Kitty. This is from what I believe, it is Hello Kitty and the Gundam line put together, so it's her wearing some type of armor that would be from that show. Next up, we have Alien as Kevin from Up. This line, I can already tell it is gonna be like 50 plus because of how much they can really milk the alien wearing something. But let alone, this one does look pretty nifty to look at. I really like the colors. They really pop out, and it really does look like Alien just decided to wear a costume of Kevin for some odd reason. I don't know. Let's move on. The next pop we have here is Yzma from the Emperor's New Groove. This pop really, it's really out of left field. I really didn't expect to see a Emperor's New Groove pop. I see it more like a throwaway pop per se, just like they did with the Minerva. It's more like a throwaway pop. And then we have another Funko Soda that is going to hit the Funko shop. We have the Tearaway Phase Clown. This one is limited to 3,000 pieces. And this guy does look really freaking creepy. I just noticed that he has a rubber chicken on his belt. Let's just leave that guy. He's kind of freaking me out. Next up, we have another pop to hit the Office wave. I can complain all I want, but I'm still going to get all the Office pops. They have another Dwight pop coming out. It is Dwight as Recyclops V2. This one looks super cool. I'm really glad that they pulled off the first one and they're coming with a second one. But geez, dude, just release something that isn't Dwight, please. I love Dwight. He is my favorite character from The Office. But I can tell that they are really milking this. Next up, we have Arnold Schwarzenegger's Batman and Robin, Mr. Freeze. And this thing does look kind of cool. It has been a hot minute since we've had a glitter pop. I really like the little details that they added. The little sparkles in the face. I believe those will be the glitter marks. But just a basic looking pop with glitter on it to brighten up what they had as a basic mold. Moving on, we have the one Star Wars pop. We have the Sith Jetpack Trooper, and this guy looks so cool. I definitely see people grabbing this. If not because it does look cool, it will be because the value of the last Sith Trooper really spiked up. I do actually like that the stand that many Star Wars pops have, it's actually his the jetpack smoke forming the stand for him, and it has the Star Wars logo on it. Obviously, it does look pretty cool. I like the red on it. The Sith troopers just look really cool to me. Next, we have some more DC pops. We have Raj Al Ghul, or Rage Al Ghul, however you pronounce it. I will say Rage because I am myself. And then we have Cyborg Superman, and then another limited edition pop. It is Black Lightning, and from what I've been reading, this sucker glows in the dark. That is actually pretty cool. If it does not glow in the dark and it's a limited edition, Funko, you are failing us as a company. Don't hate me, Funko. I was just kidding. Come on, just take a joke. Hey, we're all laughing here. Don't play that game. The Black Lightning pop that is limited to 3,000 pieces, from what they have described this as, it is only going to be at quote unquote the show. So what I'm guessing, all the people who won the lottery, if they still have a lottery, this guy will be only for them in the beginning, and then what's left over will go on to the Funko shop when they decide to drop everything else. And then we have a Raj Al Ghul, and they really pulled out his comic book appearance look in this pop, and it looks super cool. The pop that looks the best out of all of these, Cyborg Superman. This guy does look pretty cool. I personally am not a huge fan of Superman, but I can admit this guy does look pretty cool, and yes, it does look better than the other two from the DC line that they're releasing. Next up, we have more Masters of the Universe pops and Funko sodas coming out. We have Blast Attack and Clawful coming out as pops, and then for the Funko sodas, yes, they are both limited to 3,000. We have Trapjaw and Mossman. I'm glad that Funko is back to making more Masters of the Universe pops, just because even though I'm not a collector of them, I do like looking at them. When you look at these, you can definitely think of the show, because they really pull out all the details and everything. They really put a lot of effort into these pops. And the next pop we have here is Vader Zim, and I freaking love Vader Zim. I watched the Netflix special that they just released. It is hilarious. And this pop, I will say it's a little minuscule. It's just Vader Zim holding Minnie Moose, but I do love the look of this pop because Vader Zim's hilarious, and they really don't have much Vader Zim pops other than they have a lot of grr for some reason. This next pop, I am so glad that they decided to make, because this part of the movie was the best out of the entire film. We have Iron Bob from Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. This thing looks wicked. It looks so much like a Mark I Iron Man, which is what I'm pretty sure they were trying to pull off and trying to spoof. I'm super stoked to have this one because I love Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. It wasn't the best movie, let alone none of them really are. They're really just guilty pleasures. But yes, I am definitely going to get this because I love Jay and Silent Bob. The next pop we have here is Scaramouche from Samurai Jack. This guy looks so cool. I am glad they are making another Samurai Jack pop. It makes me more excited for the future for Samurai Jack. Like, for example, they can do a Shinobi or the Daughters of Aku. They can do a lot of villains from Samurai Jack. Next up, it would not be a convention drop unless we had another freaking Harry Potter pop. Yes, another Harry Potter pop. We have him from the World Cup. I do have to admit, all of you hardcore Harry Potter collectors, I tip my hat to you guys, because you deal with a lot more than us Dragon Ball collectors. For reals, I thought Vegeta was enough. You guys and your Harry Potters, that is really stepping off the line, and if you guys collect them, I tip my hat to you. Next up, we have two Marvel pops that they are going to release. We have a 10-inch Marvel Zombies Thing, and we have Dark Captain Marvel. These two look so cool. I'm definitely going to grab the Thing, even though I don't have room for them, but I'm getting the Marvel Zombies wave, and I am not gonna let a 10-inch be the death of me, because I let a 10-inch be the death of me for the Pokemon wave. Now I cannot find those suckers anywhere. The Dark Captain Marvel, this looks super cool. This is actually a Captain Marvel pop that looks pretty cool compared to the rest of them. I think the only other one that really does look interesting is the Target exclusive that glows in the dark. And then along with those Marvel pops, we have X-Men celebrating their 20th anniversary. We have Nightcrawler and Wade Wilson. Nightcrawler does look pretty sick. It's him in his teleporting pose, which does look pretty cool. I am glad they were able to pull that off in a pop form. And then the Deadpool one. I don't really want to get into it. That movie sucked. And the next pop we have here is Stan Lee making another cameo from Iron Man. This is the one when he cameoed Hugh Hefner. And I'm glad they are still making Stan Lee pops, because there's a ton of cameos they can do with just Stan Lee's cameos alone. There's like almost 30 films of cameos that they can do, and they only have a few already. So yeah, I can definitely see more of these guys coming out. The next pop we have here is Wallace from Scott and Pilgrim versus the World. And yes, this will be high in demand for a lot of people. And I personally can't say much about this one. I'm not a huge fan of Scott Pilgrim, but it's Wallace holding his phone. Remember that scene? Next up, we have Marty Mcfly from Back to the Future, celebrating the 35 years. We have just a basic Marty McFly here, checking his watch. I will say this one is a bit of a cop-out compared to the last convention drop they had with Back to the Future with him as Darth Vader. It doesn't up the bar, doesn't up the ante. They could have definitely done something a little better, or at least put more effort into doing a different pop from Back to the Future. I mean, they're finally making a Biff pop. Why not have a moment with manure falling on him? And next we have Vex on Broom from Critical Role. And from what I am aware of, Critical Role is, I believe, a D&D type tournament thing. I'm not too sure, but we have a what looks like a pretty little lady on a broom. That's cool. And the last bit of pops that we have that are going to release for San Diego Comic-Con 2020, we have 5 Anchorman Pops. Dude, this wave looks so cool. I am very glad that they are making Anchorman Pops. I cannot wait to get my hands on these. This is a wave I sure hope they bundle up, because I really do not want to have to add all 5 of these into my cart. Because if I happen to miss one, or one sells out, I'm probably gonna flip, maybe jump through a roof. And now that we got the pops out of the way, let's get into the retailers they are being shared with. So we'll start from the top and then work our way down to the bottom. Like I mentioned in the beginning, we do have the Black Lightning that is limited to 3,000. It is gonna be at the quote show only. I do see this being open to lottery winners if they still have the lottery going. Whatever is left will go on to the Funko shop. And then for Amazon, we have the Dark Captain Marvel and then the Sith Trooper on a jetpack. Best Buy is actually getting a pop. That is a huge surprise. It is gonna be Vex on her broom. Box Lunch is getting the alien as Kevin, and then Yzma. FYE is going to get the Iron Bob. GameStop is getting a huge chunk. The glitter Mr. Freeze, the 2-pack of Silver and Tails, the flocked Vulpix, Hello Kitty in her Gundam outfit, and then the 10-inch Thing Marvel Zombie. Walgreens is getting Wade Wilson. Toy Tokyo. I wish Toy Tokyo would just stop doing bundles. Just let us buy pops separately. It's because, we don't want the other crap. Moving on. Entertainment Earth, they're getting Raj Al Ghul and Vader Zim. Hot Topic is getting Goku. Sorry. Super Saiyan God Goku. Baku Go. And the Nightcrawler teleporting. Target has Cyborg Superman. And Stan Lee's cameo from Iron Man 1. Walmart is getting Marty McFly. The White Asri Cyclops V2. And then Ripley from Fortnite. And then the Funko shop is getting a bunch of these guys, obviously. So we have the 2 toucans that are not exclusive to the Comic-Con Museum tier 4 or 5 list membership. The entire Anchorman set, all 4 of the Funko sodas, Wallace from Scott Pilgrim, the flocked Mewtwo, Michelangelo with a surfboard, Jack from Jack in the Box, and one that I am unaware of at the moment, but more info will come out about it soon enough. The Harry Potter. It is either going to be going to Barnes & Noble or it will be on the Funko shop only. Now let's talk about the release dates that they have for these guys. This will take place from Sunday, July 19th up until Saturday, July 25th. Now between those 2 dates, all of these exclusives will hit online and retailers in store. So that is pretty much everything, guys, that you need to know for San Diego Comic-Con 2020. I sure hope you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new. Feel free to let me know down in the comments your list for this year's San Diego Comic-Con drops. And until the next video, I will see you in the next one.